What is up guys, my name is Ignas, welcome back to the channel. August passed and we are back with the dividend portfolio on Revolut update. I've added new money in, got into a few stocks and received dividends. First we'll check into transactions history on the app, and then we'll go to the portfolio tracker on Google Sheets to further check into the dividend progress and performance. An early thumbs up is greatly appreciated, and with that out of the way, let's start. So we are now in the transactions history on the app. On August 1st, I added $400 new in and increased my position in a tech name ASML. So for $300 got 0.43 of a share at $691.96 per share. Later we'll go into Google Sheets to check how this position is now performing. So going further, on August 6th, I got the first dividends for the month. One is consumer discretionary low, ticker symbol LOW, $3.64. And then the mentioned tech name ASML plus $2.09. Going further, August 8th, there was a dividend from financials, mastercard, ticker symbol MA, dividend of 82 cents. August 14th, consumer discretionary, DR Horton, ticker symbol DHI, $1.16. On the 15th, a tech name Accenture paid, ticker symbol ACN, plus 97 cents. Then on the 20th, we had a larger dividend. This was Industrials Caterpillar, ticker symbol CAT, $3.68. And I also did some buying there. So I was left over with $100 from the initial deposit and also accumulated $100 more from the dividends received. So bought more into mastercard MA. For $200 got 0.33 of a share at $591.68 per share. Going further, August 22nd, two dividends were received. Both financials, one is Charles Schwab, ticker symbol SCHW, $1.39, and then Citigroup C, $2.27. And the last dividend in August was on the 29th, that is consumer discretionary Starbucks, ticker symbol SBUX, plus $5.21. So these were all the moves and the dividends for the month of August, and now let us go into the portfolio tracker on Google Sheets to further check into the dividend progress. So we are now in the tracker and the tab for monthly dividends. I've summed up all that was received in the month of August, and that came in at $21.23. So it got just a bit lower than what we saw 3 months back in May, where it was $22.98. But comparing it to August of 2024, we did see quite an increase. So last year's August was $20.62, with the 2 times increase in 1 year. Now for 2025, we are currently at $195.63, still 17.7% down from last year, but on track to surpass it with 4 months left to go, and reaching those $300 for the year. So we have checked how much in dividends was received, but now let's check what expenses we can cover with that. So the portfolio currently should be bringing $317.84 a year, or $26.49 each month. With that, it is possible to cover phone and internet bills, or separately gym or clothing expenses. Though the next one is entertainment at $40 per month, and we are currently covering 66.2% of it. So still 1/3 of the way to go to cover this expense. Now combining all the monthly expenses, that comes in at $669. And we now just have the rounded coverage at exactly 4% of it. So we have checked into the dividend progress, and now let's see how these positions that we've added cash into are performing. One of those was a tech name ASML, currently have 1.77 shares of it, cost basis on the position is $1,200, and this position is now worth $1,315.31. This means that we are up on it for over $100, making it an increase of almost 10% at 9.61. Now this is a larger position, taking 6.51% of the portfolio, and it is 29.2% of exposure in the tech sector. The stock is trading at a dividend yield of 1.12%, and since I bought the stock lower, the yield on cost is 1.23%. Now being a larger position of the portfolio, it is currently bringing $14.72 in dividends on an annual basis. Another long trade in August was financials, mastercard, ticker symbol MA, currently owning 1.6 of a share, cost basis is $600, and the position is now worth $956.17. So way more upside on it. currently higher for $356.17, an increase of 59.36%. This is also a larger position, 4.73% of the portfolio, taking 32.04% of exposure in the financial sector. The stock is currently trading at a dividend yield of 0.49%, but it lately has been going higher, so yield on cost is also higher than the div yield at 0.78%. But that is not a high yield still, and currently the position is bringing $4.69 in dividends every year. Summing up the dividends for the portfolio, it should be coming at $373.92, which is a dividend yield on the portfolio of 1.85%, and in turn a nicer yield on cost at 2.43%. Though if you have noticed, I am checking the lower number here. This is $317.84, taking into account the 15% dividend tax that I will have to pay later. Overall, the portfolio recently surpassed $20,000. It is currently at $20,198.06, and I myself deposited $15,380, so we are now looking at a gain of $4,818.06, which is an overall increase of 31.33%. So we have checked into the portfolio progress, but now I would like to determine which market sector should be the focus with next month's cash addition. So in August we added into financials, currently $2,984.23 in this sector, 14.77% of the portfolio, with a target set at 15%. But there is a red line, so we also added in information technology, currently $4,504.33 there. This takes up 22.3% of the portfolio, though the target is set higher at 24%. So next month's cash addition is likely going into the sector, just need to pick a name, which will take up the new September's cash addition. So that was it with today's dividend portfolio and Revolut update. We have checked into the dividend progress, how the portfolio is performing, and what will be the focus going further. If you are interested in more details of this tracker, or would like to use it for yourself, you can access it free of charge by following the first link at the top of the description. All I ask in return is supporting the channel and leaving a thumbs up under the video. Previously I've made comparisons on dividend paying stocks that I'm holding, so if you are interested in that, then click on a video that is currently on the screen. And that was it from my side, thank you for watching and I'll see you all in the next one.